Here we are again. This time it's Star Power Baseball, the Rulebook, episode number 28. I'm your host, Dennis, coming to you from the Cincinnati Razorback Room in Siloam Springs. Glad that you're with us this time. By the way, hey, if you like the video, go down the bottom of the page and hit like. We sure would appreciate that. And we would really love for you to subscribe to the page. If you're not there, get on the channel. That way you get notices and we get subscriptions, and that way the content can get better if you are subscribing. How about that for all of the good business being taken care of? This is going to be a great episode on the Rulebook number 28, and it is going to be about base runner defense. Yes, so that's what we're going to talk about in this episode of Star Power Baseball, the Rulebook, episode number 28. Let me get small where I belong down here. Grab the Rulebook for us right here, and let's begin talking about base runner defense. Remember announce the batter, position the defense. Here we go. We're going to position the defense. There's a runner on first. We're going to hold him on. That's base runner defense. Use base runner defense to curtail base stealing and to keep runners from taking extra bases on balls that are hit in play. Here's what you can do. You can hold a runner on a base close if he's on first base. To do this, just say, I'm holding the runner. This automatically puts the first baseman in bunt prevention defense as well as run prevention defense if applicable, okay? So if you have runners on first and third and you decide to hold the runner at first, the first baseman is automatically in run prevention, bunt prevention, and base runner prevention defense just by being in like that. Pretty simple. It also gives you a better chance at putting a runner out on a stolen base attempt. Okay? If you're holding a runner on first base and first base only, the A rating of the runner drops 2 points. Remember, we said if we pitched out, he drops 4, but if you're doing hold him on, it drops 2. Is it cumulative with the pitch out? Boy, what a good question. That means if I pitch out and I'm holding him on, does he drop a total of 6? The answer is no, he does not. He only drops the 4 points. If you're holding the runner on and there are any runners on other bases or not, you may elect to pitch out. If you pitch out all base runners, if you pitch out, lower their A rating by 4 points. If I pitch out and there's a runner on third, his A rating drops 4 points. All base runners' ratings drop 4 points if I pitch out. Okay? Batter can't attempt sacrifice bunts. You can attempt to steal base if you wish. This is just a review of the pitch out, which we discussed just in the last video or so. Okay, let's move on to the next part of base runner defense, and this is actually batter to keep you from scoring all that stuff. Intentional walk. This creates a base runner. If you want to say and walk a guy intentionally, Barry Bonds, you want to walk him, just say, put him on, walking. Intentional walk. The batter runner goes to first, and all runners will move up if forced. Only if a force is on, okay? If they're not forced, then they don't move up. All right, let's talk about the last thing on page 48, and that is defensive indifference. It's declared after the plays are stated and after location spins are taken, but before result spins are taken on any strategy cards. So don't spin a strategy card and get an error and go, no, I'm going to go defensive indifference. Not going to happen. They are taken after the location spin, but before the result spin. Then you say, it goes to the right fielder, up defensive indifference. That does this. Runners may advance from first to second without spinning to steal. If you want to steal and the catcher says in defensive indifference, the steal's there. Fine. You see it in major leagues all the time when they have a nice big lead and they just let the guy go. Defensive indifference is declared. Any ground ball with less than 2 outs will result in a ground out without a result spin, and any runners on base will advance 1 base. If defensive indifference is declared on a fly ball to the outfield with less than 2 outs, will result in a fly out without a result spin, and any runners will advance from second or third, not first, second or third, one base without any further spin. Runners on first will not advance. If defensive indifference is declared on any single to the outfield, will advance all base runners 2 bases, and the batter stops at first. That's basically what it is. Defensive indifference. I'm going to let you get your bases. The batter runner is going to stop at first. The catcher's not going to throw to second. The infielder is going to get the out at first. That's defensive indifference. And you can declare that. So there we go with all the set the defense. That's going to do it for this episode of Star Power Baseball, the Rule Book. I'm your host, Dennis, coming to you from Cincinnati Razorback Room. Glad to have you in. Hey, leave comments for our videos. We love it when you leave comments because my son and I, Gentry, we discuss this stuff. We talk about it. Your questions on the rule books will always be answered. That's the way that you've seen us update the rule book right here on these videos. So you know that we do that, and we do care about what you have to say because after all, it's your game as well as ours. Remember this, guys. You guys playing APBA and Strat, good luck. Dice are nice, and reading real estate charts gets a little old, but the spin is in. We'll see you next time on Star Power Baseball.